Hey there, this is my new friend Jason, who I asked him for advice on where to hunt rocks in South Dakota, and he said, just come over to my house and we'll go together. So where are we? What are we looking for?
Well, we are out near Fairburn. We're not quite into the town, and we're not in the rock beds. We're actually on some private property. And I'm looking for Fairburns. I think he's just looking for pretty rocks. But
I'll take whatever.
Right?
But Fairburns would be awesome.
So hopefully, fingers crossed, that's what we're going to find today.
Alrighty, and I'll let you take a look at the pile. That's a pile of rocks. I'm looking forward to getting on that. Okay, I'm in the learning phase, so I just picked this one up. And Jason says he's still learning too. You've been doing this for what, 3 years?
3 years.
3 years, so he's got 3 years more experience than I do. But this is a prairie agate, and I might just take that one home and cut it. Lots of rocks here. It's going to take us all day. I said that like a complaint, but it's not.
Come across that way.
Well, first I cut the end off here so it'd fit in my saw better. And then here's what it looks like on the inside. A little bit different than the outside, but not too much different. I thought that was an interesting little shape in there. Got everything else kind of going horizontal, and then there's that one vertical line. Very interesting stuff in there. What did you find?
I have no clue, but it's pretty.
You sound you're going to fit in just fine, right? In my video.
Yeah.
That's what I say about half the rocks. Is that going in the tumbler?
That's going back to Michigan.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, I will gladly take it. That's cool. Pretty piece of quartz or quartzite. I think quartzite. Kind of a little orangish tone to it. Couple interesting rocks here. Just off this red and yellow one. Kind of funky. And this, it's lumpy or bumpy. I don't know the difference. The pinkish, I don't know if the color will show up in the video, but pinkish quartz here. I don't think it's pink enough to call rose quartz, but it's kind of nifty. What's that? It's kind of cool too. It's like an endless supply of rocks. Crazy. Hi, Jason.
And one rock head.
That's an interesting one. Kind of like that other one I picked up a little bit ago. Have no idea what that is. I guess this is granite, but look at that chunk sticking out the corner there. That's pretty cool. So this one has to be rose quartz. Jason tells me that there's a lot of this around here. He's only been rock hunting for a few years, and like me, he's not a geologist, so he said he calls this rose quartz, but he's not really 100% sure, but I think that's got to be rose quartz. That one's going in the bucket. I like that, whatever it is. What do you have there?
Well, this is a rock. No, I have no idea, but to me, I would call it a prairie agate, but obviously that's probably not what it is. But you can see where it's been built up, layer over time.
Yeah. I just think we're going to get along great because I'm getting a reputation for liking stripy rocks, and that's stripy. So I like it too. I knew what that was. That's mica galore. That's cool. We've made it to the top of the rock pile. Oh, I should mention, this is not natural. This is like a big gravel pit that we're in here, so these were all dug up. Well, what'd you find?
Well, the rocks are natural.
Well, yes, the rocks are. Their placement isn't.
It's another stripy rock. See, I would say this is a prairie agate, but I'm sure somebody's going to correct me on that, but that's what I would call it.
I get corrected all the time. Don't worry about it. Then I found another one like you found earlier. which whatever that is, it sure is. It almost looks like tiger eye or something, doesn't it? A little bit. I mean, I know it's not, but.
And admittedly, yours is better than mine.
It's a little bit better, not a lot better. And then that just has all kinds of color in it.
And I think that's the same type of rock right there.
Yeah, could be. Mine's a little better color.
Here we go again.
There's a really nice piece of quartz with a little line through it. Dirty on the back, so we'll look at the front. So that's colorful. Jason just picked this one up. Is that a crystal? Crystal's growing out the side there, I think. You know, oh no, popped right off. Guess not.
I was gonna let you find out.
Okay. And that's all porous over there. What a weird rock. I think that might be smoky quartz. I don't usually take a lot of quartz home to tumble, but I'm going to take that one home because we don't have smoky quartz and rose quartz in Michigan that I know of. Another little rose quartz. Hoping Mr. Badger doesn't come out of his hole there. There's a couple of these along here. I think they're badger holes, but they don't look like they're fresh. Another really pretty piece of quartz. Well, not that side. Yeah, no Fairburns yet, but I like this. That's beautiful. And I bet you it looks better when it's tumbled. The big rock piles are over there, but we decided to check out this hillside because it's been rainy here and new stuff might be washed off. This is kind of interesting. It's got blue sticking out here. When I see blue, I think chert at home, but chert is usually blue on the outside and then it's not actually blue on the inside, but this looks like it's blue on the inside and white on the outside, so I'm going to throw that in the tumbler and see what happens. Might be nothing, but I'm going to try it. So you may have heard the term conchoidal fracturing. That's what you're seeing along the bottom of this rock. Right there is a real good example. It's kind of a little, almost seashell shape. It's a shape you get if you break a real thick piece of glass. You get these like kind of half circle shapes. And that's an indication that it's going to be agate or jasper. This would be jasper or chert.
So this is what a lot of people consider to be a Fairburn signer. And the reason they call it signer, from my understanding, is that it shows signs of being a Fairburn, but it's not truly a Fairburn necessarily. So in this area right here, and I can actually take a picture later with my loop and zoom in on it, there are clear fortification bandings that have the Fairburn pattern to them, but it's not the same as an actual Fairburn. So that's why it's obviously a Fairburn signer. But according to the experts, they say that if you find a signer like this, there is potential that there could be something on the inside, so it's worth cutting. So this is definitely one that I'll be cutting to see what's on the inside.
Let's look in that chip. Oh, go ahead. I want to see that chip in a second.
Yeah, but right there is where I saw the banding there that drew me to this one. What do you want to see?
That chip, that just looked kind of interesting in there. Maybe not that interesting.
And that might be what's on the inside right there.
All right, well, thanks for that explanation, because I just learned something. Some nice kind of pastel colors there. Looks like some little speckles that might look cool after I tumble this one. That's colorful. I'm not going to take that one home, but Jason tells me this is a prairie agate. It looked like something, and it is. It's a prairie agate. Boy, I'm intelligent. This is a thinner rock, so I only got a couple slabs out of it. Not a super interesting rock on the outside. I guess I'd say it's interesting on the inside, but not beautiful.
So, I mean, obviously it's probably boring to most people, but I don't know. There's something fascinating about the way this has got some clear parts to it, and then the way this flows through here. I don't know. It makes it weird. But it just is. It fascinates me.
Okay, so most people don't watch my YouTube videos. People that are fascinated by rocks do. So I think you got a good audience for your fascination.
Am I good? Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
All right.
There's a colorful one in the hillside here. I don't think I'm going to wash that off too much, so I'm just going to look at the pretty side. This is a nice rock. All right, this one's a little disappointing. Interesting, but disappointing. I'm not even sure where that went, but I think it went on that end somewhere. Cut this end off. Got a couple slabs there. And then I started cutting it up. Kind of cool looking in there. I dropped this one on the floor and it cracked right away. And granted, I dropped it on a concrete floor, but if you look closely at this one, you see all the cracks in there? I don't think there's anything usable in there. I think the best I can do is break that up and throw it in the tumbler, but try to get a pendant or something out of that, it's just not going to work. But it is interesting to look at. I can get a hold of this. A lot of colors in there. That is a cool rock. It's just quartz, but I love all those stripes of different colors going through it.
It's a stripy rock.
Stripy rock. Jason's making fun of me now. All right, so I've done the impossible. I found a Fairburn. I was just picking it up because I'm obsessed with orange and red rocks on this trip, and I thought, oh, that's a pretty rock. And then look at that. I'm pointing to the hard to look at. I think you probably see it. So this is dry, so Jason's going to squirt it for me. And, oh, it does look better wet. That is so pretty. Look at the color. Nothing back here, well, a little bit there, but so it just goes around the corner. That is awesome. I said to Jason, I said, if I get one of these in 3 days of hunting, I'm doing well, right? So what have we been out here? 2 hours, 3 hours?
At least a couple. Yeah, I told you I was a good guide. I can't find him, but
you're an excellent guide. I'm so excited. All right, this is if we find nothing else in the next couple of days, I still go home a winner.
That's amazing. That's
all right.
So beautiful.
Very happy. Thank you, rock pile. Now I'm right back up where I found the Fairburn, and I just found a stripy rock that I liked. I don't know, I'm still amused with the lesser rocks. Okay, are you breathing again?
No, I'm still shaking. I really am.
Wow. That's awesome.
Oh.
And that's what I found mine like, what, 10 minutes ago?
Yeah.
5 minutes ago?
Yeah, about that. Oh my.
That's really cool. I said before I turned the camera, I said, well, the colors on mine were better. Because I'm a jerk.
My heart is still thumping.
That's so awesome. That's a Fairburn in case anybody didn't know. Wow.
With a capital F.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. See, I have no idea what this is. I do find stuff similar to this. You can see all the eyes through this section right through here. So this is one I would take home and cut.
Do those eyes tend to go through it when you've cut something like this in the past?
No, never have any luck. But I always have hopes.
Yeah, it definitely has eyes. Those are really cool.
This one.
Wonder if you just face polish that side.
Oh, that could do that too.
Might be interesting.
This one is winking at me, so said, "Take me." I have no idea what it is, but we've got so many colors going on in this thing. I think this is a definite cutter. I think this could make some good cabochons.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
I really do.
I mean, because you got I like the white with the different, the orange and the red.
Yeah, look how deep that purple is.
Yeah.
It's almost bruised purple.
Any colors on the other side? Or is it just dirt?
Dirt.
Well, you can still see the same colors go all the way through the rock.
Yeah, this is all the way through. So
yeah.
There's so many of the rocks out here, like the prairie agates, where the pattern does not go through clear through.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the banding is strictly on the outside, and then you've got this mottled colorization on the middle, but nothing interesting.
Okay. My experience is rocks usually look pretty much the same on the inside as on the outside with the rocks that I cut. But yeah, that's going to be beautiful. It is already beautiful. Look at those bands there, right through the middle. This isn't a Fairburn agate, or, well, it might be some sort of agate, but it's not a Fairburn, but I really like the bands there. Feel like I'm back on a Michigan beach. I just found a banded shirt. Pretty nice one, too. All right, we're back at Jason's house, and these are our two awesome finds for the day. So, Jason, tell us how rare these things are. Are these hard to find?
You know, you try to quantify something with saying is 1 in a billion, you never know. But, you know, I've heard of people that have gone out for years that never find a Fairburn. And, of course, then you've got the other end of the spectrum where you've got certain individuals that'll go out one time and find 6 of them in one day. But they are the rarity in the case. Finding Fairburns is doesn't happen that often.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I came out here thinking that it was unlikely that I'd find one. I was not going to be surprised if we hunted for 3 days and didn't find one. So the plan was, if we didn't find anything, we were going to come back here and you were going to show some of your old ones. So we're still going to do that. But take a look at how, I mean, this one's really big from what I've seen here.
And whose is that one?
That would be yours.
Oh, okay. All right, just
yeah,
not sure there.
Those are the easy ones to find. I like finding the hard to find small ones. So anyhow, let's take a look at some of your previous finds.
So this one I actually found out. The last two were found down by Fairburn. This one was found out at Railroad Buttes, which is also the Buffalo Gap National Grassland. But anyway, I don't know. This one's just everywhere.
Yeah, all the way around. That's just cool.
And then this one was also found out at Railroad Buttes, different area than where we're at today. But my wife found this one just a couple weeks ago, and it is absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning.
Show the quartz side of it for a second. So it's got a big quartz middle in it. But all the way around there, you got that fortification banding. That's just incredible.
And then probably one of my favorite Fairburns that I've ever found was this piece right here, which was actually, it came from the Wasta, South Dakota area, but I found it in my load of river rock that I got delivered for landscape gravel. But this is what started my entire journey into the lapidary arts, was this particular piece right here.
So you found it and just wanted to learn more about it, or
it just fell in instantaneous love.
I can see why. That's just right in the river, right in the gravel you got delivered. That's cool. All right, and so another thing you do is wire wrapping, which I need to learn how to do someday.
I do.
So show us some of your Fairburn wraps.
So these are all Fairburn wraps that I've done. Some of these are from the same rock. None of these are my finds. I refuse to cut any of my Fairburn finds. They're too precious for me. So these are some Fairburns that I picked up at an auction down in Nebraska.
Which is funny because it's the exact same way I feel about Lake Superior agate finds. Your wraps are just amazing.
Thank you.
And those
much.
cabs are really, really awesome too.
Thank you very, very much.
So I know from past experience that somebody's going to ask me if these are for sale. So you have an Etsy shop?
I do. In fact, it's Mad Badger Lapidary.
Okay, well, we'll put that in the description. So if you want to check it out. And you've got, he just showed me, he's got boxes and boxes of boxes. I don't know if they're all listed, but more than just Fairburns. What other kinds do you do?
Got some other local rocks. One of the other local rocks that it's just precious to me is Teepee Canyon agates. And they're another fortification agate that comes out of nodules in the Black Hills. And those are some of my favorites to work, second to Fairburn. But I've got a ton of Teepee Canyon agates and a lot of other material on there.
All right, so go check that out. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, guys.